So this video is going to be how to create a scatter graph and give you a little bit of an intro into Google Sheets at the same time. So if you watched the data table making video from before, you'll have this or something similar to this already or be familiar with it. So we're going to use this as our starting point for making a graph. So the first thing I need to do is to figure out where the independent and dependent variables are going to be. So obviously the independent variable is the one that we changed, and then the dependent variable depended on that change. So in this sense, or example, the height of the ramp is what we manipulated. So this is going to be our independent variable, and the velocity depended on that. So the velocity will be our dependent variable. So when graphing this data, I'm going to pay attention to the column of the height ramp and the column of the velocity. So what we need to do is we need to open up a Google Sheets. So I'm going to just open a new tab and go over here to this icon and pick Google Sheets and start with a blank spreadsheet. And just like with the Google document, you're going to title this with your last name and then the title of the all right. So in the spreadsheet, we only need two columns based on the data from the data table. So we're going to need a column for this and a column for this. So height of ramp and velocity. And I believe if we're going to be lucky, we can actually copy and paste that right there. And we just need to get rid of that, which we can delete that row and move that up. So there's that. And sometimes this will, if your A1 cell doesn't look like this, and maybe it's looks like it's run into cell B. It hasn't actually run into cell B, it just looks that way. If you don't like the way that looks, you can format that. I believe it's in format, and you want to go to text wrapping. So you can do overflow, wrap, or clip. Okay, wrapping the text is probably the easiest. So if you want to make sure that's clipped. All right, so now we need our second one. So say you don't want to cut and paste, you would write velocity meters per second, and then going down, you would then enter those numbers. So again, I'm just going to cut and paste to save time, or copy and paste. So I'm using Control and I'm going to delete this cell so those numbers move up, and I want to shift up. So I'm using Control C and for copy and Control V as in volleyball for paste. So now that I have my data here, this is going to provide us with a scatter plot. So it's what we want at the end, and I've determined that by using my my graphing rubric and looking at the criteria for each type of graph. So because I have a direct cause and effect relationship, I know that the scatter plot will be our best option. So next step is to highlight the data. You can see I've highlighted it in blue. I didn't highlight any extra cells. And I'm now going to go over here to Insert Chart. And I can just do the one click, and Google will automatically insert what it thinks is the best chart. So it thought the scatter plot would be the best one, so that's great. And because I put my headings over here in my data cells, the headings automatically appeared. Okay, but if you look, and this is good. So our independent variable is on the bottom, and our velocity, which is our dependent variable, is on the side, which is what we would like. Okay, so as the height of the ramp increased, we can see what effect that had on our velocity. So if we are now need to customize. We need to customize this graph. So we're going to go over here to customize. The chart style, we're all set. Okay, we like the way it is, but we need to change some of the titles. And so because our headers were so good, we don't need to change the horizontal or vertical axis titles. Those are good to go. If you forgot maybe the units, or you found a typo, and so say I found a typo on the horizontal, I can then go in here. So I used the drop down menu here and picked the type of title I wanted to edit, and then I can edit it right here and it will automatically update on my chart. So I want to do the complete chart title. And similar to the data table, I need to give this a proper title. So a graph like this is referred to as a figure. And if this is the first figure of my lab write-up, it will be figure 1. If it's the second figure of my lab write-up, it will be figure 2, and so on. Colon. And then we're going to give it a descriptive title that's usually a complete sentence. So again, it's the effect an increase in ramp height has on the velocity of a car traveling down a 1.5 meter long ramp. Okay, so we are done with that. And then if you were going to be printing this, we'd want to change the color of the dot to grayscale. So if you have more than one series plotted, you can use this drop-down menu here to pick the series that you want to change the color for, and then you can then pick a color. So I'm going to pretend that I'm going to be printing it out, so I'm going to pick a dark black color. If you had more than one series, you could pick one of the series to be on the right axis and keep the other one on the left, especially if they're using two different types of units or scales, which will give you a better, more meaningful graph. And the next thing you're going to do under this series drop-down menu is scroll kind of towards the bottom. And on a scatter plot like this, we want to have a trend line. The trend line is going to show whether or not there's a strong relationship between your two variables. So if I add my trend line, okay, it draws this little gray line between the dots. And because we want this to be a linear relationship, so we want to make sure it's linear. And then we can show the r-squared number, and that's going to give us how much the two sets of data relate to one another. So it's pretty low. So 0.97 is kind of the lowest to say that there's a strong correlation. Anything below 0.97 is a weak correlation. So this has a weak correlation, and you might be able to identify some of the data points that are the outliers that are making this a weak correlation. So maybe there's just one data point, or maybe there's two data points that are kind of pulling this away from being a stronger correlation between how the height of the ramp is increasing and the velocity is changing because of that. And then if I was going to insert this into my document that has the data table, there's a couple different ways. I find the easiest way is to go back over to my Google Doc. And I'm going to bring my cursor over here and give myself some space. And I'm actually going to go to Insert, Chart, and I'm going to go from Sheets. And I'm going to pick the one I just made. And that will bring that up. And so sometimes you'll make more than one chart per Google Sheet. So you want to make sure you're picking the right one and import. And then voila, So keep in mind, now this is linked to my spreadsheet. So if I make any changes on the spreadsheet, it will automatically update or ask you to update the one in the Google document. So that is how you make a scatter plot in Google Sheets.